tuning up the Hurdy Gurdy. It's actually a project of mine to get back into playing this. I've had this for 15 years, a long time, a lot longer than I've actually played. I've had it, and it's the kind of thing that, unfortunately, I only play when I'm at Penzic once a year, and so I don't have the chops that I would have if I had dedicated my life to playing it the way that I kind of wanted to when I bought it. The Hurdy Gurdy is a fantastic instrument. I didn't even bring it with me to Penzic this past year. Penzic is a very large medieval reenactment event. See if I can get the dog going. Right, that buzzy sound is caused by a sympathetic string that's resting on a loose piece of wood, and just by giving a little bit of extra weight on the handle, it gives that awesome buzzy sound. Now, the reason I've got it out right now is because I've had surgery on my hand. And although, well, I was going to say without a doubt. Look, without a doubt, I'm going to regain the full use of my hand. But at the moment, my hand is stiff and sore, and I'm not playing with it. And next week, I'm having surgery on my other arm, which might impact my cranking ability. But you don't use the thumb in the Hurdy Gurdy. You can see here. This motion from the skip of the fourth finger, you never actually cross over, you just kind of slide. And it's very characteristic of Hurdy Gurdy music that these ornaments the trills actually make it very idiomatic to move without having to even think about crossing the thumb. You're just going to slide the hand. If you're trilling on 2 and 3, it's easy to go 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, and boom, you're done. So it's actually the perfect instrument for pianists who are recovering from thumb surgery. Again, I'm going to get the full use of my thumb back. I'll be playing Bach and Beethoven and Messiaen before you know it, and my own music. But in the meantime, the wonderful instrument. In fact, my most popular video on my channel is like a 20-second short that I put up right after George Michael died, with Careless Whisper, the solo from Careless Whisper. Also, Good King Wenceslas, which in the movie The Polar Express, the ghost of the Polar Express plays a Hurdy Gurdy. And there is something very mythical about the Hurdy Gurdy. The Hurdy Gurdy man, the Hurdy Gurdy player in Schubert is this sort of mythical, kind of the ghost of death type of figure at the end of the Winterreise cycle. All of that is wrapped up in the instrument. Plus, it's this big vibrating box. I mean, it's very physical. You can kind of bend pitches a little bit. I have a couple of videos where I play the Hurdy Gurdy. I'll link to them in the description. In one of my house concerts, I played a piece for Hurdy Gurdy and electronics called "When the Brown Allegheny Roars." The Allegheny is one of the rivers that flows through Pittsburgh, which is where I live. And another one, I can't remember if it was the same house concert. It might have been. I don't think it was. I played, in fact, I've got it here. I was just looking at it. Philip Glass, Music in Fifths. Two lines in fifths intend to be played by an ensemble of instruments in, doubling in octaves. I arranged it so that the two chanters on my instrument here were tuned at fifths, which was actually not a great idea because I was using two. I think I use violin strings. Anyway, the one that was tuned up the fifth was really under a lot of stress, and by the time the piece was done, the performance was done, all kinds of things were coming apart, like some of the widgets, whatever these things are called, the widgets that press the string had come loose. The instrument itself was getting overheated. It was crazy, but awesome. So I love the Hurdy Gurdy. And even when I am back recuperated playing the piano, it's one of my goals for this year, meaning the year between Pennsic, which is in August. So preparing for next August to be really ready to play more. And I've taught some on the Hurdy. I've done like an intro to Hurdy Gurdy at Pennsic. And so maybe I'll do that. Do that again. I've been messing around with my right hand on this piano a fair bit. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll see downstairs I have a baby grand. I had a baby grand. I've handed that over in preparation for getting a Steinway M. It's a 5'6". It's a few inches bigger than the one I had. It's being restored, and it should be ready in January. So there'll be a lot of videos then about my recuperative hands, the music I'm going to write, play on that new piano, and the Hurdy Gurdy. Honestly, I think that this channel might be exponentially more successful if it were a Hurdy Gurdy channel, because consistently that's what people want to see. So if that is true, let me know in the comments, and I will stop talking about meditation. I will stop doing electronics and do exclusively Hurdy Gurdy content, if that's what everyone wants. Because I love the Hurdy Gurdy. I'm kidding about not doing the other stuff, but I certainly will do more Hurdy Gurdy material, particularly as I start to play it more. I'm surprised how easy it was to tune it. That little segment probably took about 10 minutes, because but it's very difficult to keep in tune. But it was surprisingly not terribly resistant to being tuned just now. So I love this instrument. It was made by Helmut Seibert. And it's not a very authentic shape in the sense of, it's not this amphora shape, which I think is quite lovely. Is not based on any historical shape. They're typically either a rectangle or a lute back. So anyway, that's enough. Uh, Again, let me know if you like the hurdy-gurdy stuff. Happy to do. Well, I'm going to do more anyway, but it'd be good to know if you like it or not.